The regression analysis method is also known as least squares method. It's also called least squares. It uses statistical methods to find the best fit line for cost behavior. It can be computed manually or electronically using software like SPSS, Starter, eViews, and so on. We are also going to be using the equation y is equals to a plus bc, bx, where y is the total cost, a is fixed cost, and b is your variable cost. So there are a number of steps that we are going to use to solve using this particular method, because it is statistical, it is a bit mathematical. Step 1, you collect data on cost and activity levels. Step 2, you use statistical software or manual calculations to determine the fixed cost A and variable cost per unit B. So since we are solving it, we are going to be using the manual calculations, and then we are going to apply the equation to forecast cost at different activity levels. Okay, we are using the equation y is equals to a plus bx, right? Okay, so we have to find the variable a and the variable b to get y, all right? And it's quite different from the one that we are used to. So in getting b, the formula to get b is actually n summation xy minus summation x summation y divided by n summation x squared minus summation x all squared, right? So this is the formula to get the variable b. And to get a, we have summation y over n minus b summation x over n. So we are going to be using this formula to solve questions. So let's look at an example. Our first illustration says South has reported the following costs for the past 4 months. From here, we have our activity level as X, and our total cost is going to be our Y. So using regression analysis, calculate the total cost equation and calculate the total cost activity at 500 units. First things first, we will have to create a table for X, for Y, based on the equation. We need for xy and for x squared, right? So like I said, your unit is your x and your total cost is your y. So our unit is 300 for the first month, 400 for the second month, 150 and 260 for the third and fourth month respectively. And our total cost is 3,800, 4,000, 3,000, and for the fourth month 3,500. So xy, like we all know, xy is going to be 300 times 3,800. This is going to give us, that's 1,140,000, and then 400 times 4,000 will give us 1.6 million, right? And then 150 times 3,000 will give us 450,000, and then 260 times 3,500 will give us 910,000. We are getting x squared now. So 300 squared is 90,000, 400 squared is 160,000, right? 150 squared is 22,500, and 260 squared is 67,600. Okay, So now we have to get the total of each of them. So the total for x squared is what? 340, 100. That's the total for x squared. 4,100,000 for xy. For y, and for x is 1,110. Okay, so just to make it easy, so we don't mix it up, we've already settled our table. So now we have to get the b using our equation. So the equation that we have is b equals n summation xy minus summation x summation y divided by n summation x squared minus x summation x all squared, right? So n now is the number of months or the number of periods, and then from the question we have 4 months, so our n is 4, so which is equals 4 summation into summation x y, which is into 4,100,000 minus summation x is 1,110 times summation y, which is 14,300 divided by 4 into 340 100 minus summation x all squared, and our summation x is 1,100. That's 1 all squared. I think this is pretty clear, right? So we just calculate it, solving it. So for the first one, we have 16,400,000, right? Minus 15,87, 15 million divided by 1,360,400 minus 1,232,100, right? So we've multiplied it. Then we have to do our subtraction, right? So we have 5 to 527,000 divided by 128,300, which will give us 4.1076, right? So our variable cost, which is b, is going to be 4.1076. Now to get our a, like we said before, is summation y over n minus b summation x over n. So summation y is 14,300 divided by 4 minus 4.1076 into summation x, which is 1110 divided by n, which is 4,3,575 minus 0.859. So a equals to 2,435.141, which is approximately 2,435. So the total cost, as we all know, is y equals to a plus bx. And since we already have our A and we already have our B, it's quite easy to get our total cost regardless of what X is. And then from the question, we were asked to calculate 500 when X is 500. So you just substitute the value of X into the equation. So Y is equals to, our A is 2,435 plus our B is 4.1076 times 500. 500. Alright, so we have 2435 plus 2053, which is going to give us 4,488.8